What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF. I'm back up in the building, people. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Y'all know how we do it, people. Hit that theme music.
Chisel. Cartel route. Drama. DJ White Owl. Yeah, they got me in the booth. KJ, yeah, you already know. NYCB more shit. I-95 vibes, you heard? I do this for y'all. Okay. Yeah, click and subscribe, press the button, it's OBF. With the most intense live chat you seen on the internet. All I do is just rap, opinion but facts. And we do this for the people, fuck a YouTube plaque. We show and prove, no million views. And y'all question everything, but ain't got no clue. Woo. Roll my spliff, riddle me this. How many idiots got locked for January 6th? Stupid, that was political. This is lyrical. Trump knew he got whipped, he's screaming for a miracle. Shit is pitiful. This individual, 45th president, lying on his interviews. Political is just one of the topics. Coon, YouTube, nobodies, they do it for profit. Stop it. You hear the bell, get the notification. I'm in the booth, KJ about to go live in the basement. Hater, yeah, even they tune in. Trying to join the winner circle, but they still losing. Respect the movement, remain notified. Who left that dumbass comment?
Must have been a new guy.
Yeah, give him some more. I will when I get down to Baltimore. I'm on tour with Savage in the caravan. Gotta be more careful cruising through Maryland. From here on in, I'm dope. I spit heroin. Music is my drug, and you fans are the plug. Show some love, he'll reply with a shout out. It's all about respect and never the clout. Word of mouth, you pay attention. Look and listen. Anything that you was missing, link in description. P3 was the system. You don't understand the wisdom. Last thing I'ma say, if none of y'all get it, click and subscribe. Press the button. It's OBF. Rest in peace, X.
What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button when you guys get the live streams when we do it, people. And if you can, people, go ahead and donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We'll highly appreciate it. Give me 1 second, people. All right, people, I'm back. I'm back. Listen, man. Let's get some shit straight here, man.
Here's what I found.
What the fuck is going on here? All right, listen, people, let's get this shit straight, man. So we getting a lot of feedback from Chris Rock. Basically, people think he did some coonery. They think he went too far with the new special and everything. And like I said, I caught clips of it. I didn't watch the whole comedy special. I didn't even watch it at all. I just caught clips on YouTube about it. And I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Because I really want to. Listen. Let me just say this on Real Talk. I love comedy, right? I love boxing, comedy, and basketball is like my favorite things to like watch. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not like somebody that's hating comedy. You know what I mean? I just got my preference of certain shit that I like, right? When it comes to those three things that I'm talking about, right? I'm not a big fan of Chris Rock's. I think I never have really been a real big fan of Chris Rock. probably since his first or second special. After that, it was kind of, you seen the transition of what he was doing, where the shit was just, it almost like when he does comedy, it almost seemed like he's trying to embarrass black people. And I want to make this very, very clear. It gets to a point in your life where you may not hang around that many black people like that. Like, honestly, like, you get what I mean? I ain't saying you got to hang around some black people that's on some hood shit, gangster shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, being around respectable black people, you're not, when you get to a certain level in life, you don't hang around a lot of black people like that, right? Me, myself, I'm a little different in that way. I like to hang around as much as me as black people I can, so I can stay real, pop to the people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm more comfortable around my people, regardless. You know what I mean? If they on some hood, ignorant shit, or, you know, you got some respectable black people. I'm gonna fuck my dog up. I like just being around my people. I'm more comfortable around my people. I'm not saying I can't be comfortable around other races of people, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't discriminating. I ain't like, I'm like, oh, I'm just only out looking for black people to hang with. Like, nah, I'm just saying I'm more comfortable around my people. But I don't have a problem with hanging around no race of people. Like, it's just me. I can fit in anyway. So I'm not like a big fan of Chris Rock. I think he didn't. It's like, you know how somebody, when they say a motherfucker that went pop, they went mainstream, and the black people kind of don't really fuck with them really like that no more, because they can't relate. That's just how I am with Chris Rock, right? So people are saying that Chris Rock went too far. Some people are condoning the behavior. Now, I'm gonna give my opinion about it, and I'm gonna give you some facts behind it, because I'm gonna back everything up that I'm saying. Right now, my honest opinion about Chris Rock, he's not in tune with black people like he used to be. He's one of those comics now that, instead of really being funny about issues, because it get to a point, you rich, you living a nice life, you don't really have that much interaction with the shit that regular folks have. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're not in touch with your people like you normally would be if you was living amongst that shit. You get what I mean? So you talking about the issues, and then we're in the internet age. So a lot of the mainstream issues used to be issues that people didn't talk about, but now they're big stories, right? So he's not funny enough to do these talk about these issues, right? To me, he's not funny about it. It's only a few guys that can actually do that shit. I think Dave Chappelle is a genius. He's one of them that can do it. God damn it. Cat Williams is another. I think trying to think of somebody. Bill Bear or something like that. I think that's his name. A white guy. He can do it. It's a few comics that can do it. Can't name them right off the top of my head, but it's a few of them that can do it and can be genius of doing this shit. But at the same time, Eddie Griffin, a lot of people say he be going way too far now. I just think that Eddie Griffin is in that space where he fights back against the system so much to the point where he's insulting now. I think, because I watch a lot of Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin is one of my favorite comics too. He goes a little way too far sometimes, like because he's fighting so much against the system that he crosses the line. You get what I'm saying? But it's a genius of how you do regular shit, like regular entertainment issues, right? But you have to be funny. Anybody can talk about these issues, but can you be funny with it? Chris Rock is not one of those guys. He's just not. He's just not one of those guys. And my honest opinion, I believe Dave Chappelle mastered him of doing that type of shit, because he was good at it in the beginning, but now he's out of touch. He's not funny. He's never really was that funny anyway. His brother is more funny than him. So his younger brother. So I don't know if he can talk about these issues anymore. And this is why it's coming off as offensive to people. My honest opinion. When you're not really that funny to some people anyway, and you are, how can I put this? You're not that funny anyway to some people, and then you come off as out of touch, and then you're not. Listen, a lot of people try to put Chris Rock up there with the Dave Chappelle's, and he's not on that level. I'm sorry. Listen, I watched his last couple of specials. He's never been on those guys' level. His first 2 comic stand-up shit, genius. Right? Genius shit. Right? He had a first good one, and then he had a second one, was his sophomore one. Brilliant shit. After that, he fell off. Listen, I never thought Chris Rock was that funny anyway, but I don't know, some comics, when they get older, they don't get as funny. They get like they turn into like grumpy old men or grumpy old women or some shit. Like, you get what I mean? They lose they lose the connection with the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Chris Rock is. He's not that funny anymore. It's like, I love Martin Lawrence. Martin is not that funny. Listen, I don't know how funny Martin would do right now with a stand-up comedy shit. That's why you think Eddie Murphy don't do it like that. I mean, he make a lot of money doing, movies and shit, but I know he got that itch bug, but he's naturally funny. It's dudes that are naturally funny, without being funny. A lot of people don't think Mike Epps is funny. Mike Epps is naturally funny, though. You know what I mean? He can make anything funny. He's just a funny dude. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's naturally funny. Eddie Murphy, naturally funny. Dave Chappelle, naturally funny. Same thing with Cat Williams. These dudes are naturally funny. You get what I'm saying? I even throw Kevin Hart in there sometimes, and sometimes he come off as corny, but you always bomb. You can't be funny all the time. But I even I'll throw Kevin there. Chris Rock is not naturally funny. He tries too hard to be funny. You get what I mean? And it's a lot of comics like that. So that's why he's like not in tune, because he's not really that naturally funny. But anyway, this is the problem of when black people do shit. And I remember we talked about this Jada, Will, and Chris Rock situation when Will did what he did. Everybody was sitting there applauding Will Smith, applauding him. He did the right thing. Then it was people that was sitting there was saying, look, it wasn't a lot of people. It was people sitting there. Nobody was really mad at Chris. People was like, yo, Chris, you should have smacked the shit out of him, man. Listen, if he'd have whipped your ass, he'd have whipped your ass, but at least you put up a fight. You get what I mean? But I think that was a lot of people's issue with him, but we wasn't mad at him. We was really mad at Will. Now, this nigga is out here making a mockery of the shit. And people like, well, he can grieve the way he want to grieve. He can do it whenever he want to do it. That's cool. That's fine. But my problem is, make it funny. This shit is not funny. This seems like a dude that is still hurt, mentally hurt, and fucked up from that whole situation. And so it doesn't come off as funny. This is my whole point about it. It's not funny. Now you just, like I told you, it's a way to be funny. But if you're not, you could take something serious and make it funny. But if you can't make it funny, then people going to take the shit personally. And I keep saying that. And I'm not saying everything that everybody does is funny, all the comics do it, but now you're taking a situation, now it's coming off as you've been like, I don't even care about the petty shit. It's like, it's not funny. If he's funny about it, then I'm cool with it. But watch how the corny Negroes and the corny ass people think this shit is funny. It's a black conservative dude that we know you a buck dancing, you're a sellout, right? He thinks what Chris Rock did was actually funny. It was not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It just comes to all that he got his ass whipped and now he's still mad about it. It's not funny. He's venting. But he's not making it funny. It's okay to vent, but you're a comic, make it funny. And that's the issue. But let's get into this. This is Black Conservative. He talks about this shit, and you're gonna hear a little bit of clips of him talking about the Will and Jada shit. And then he goes and he does this Meghan Markle shit where there ain't nothing funny about that. It's nothing funny. It's nothing funny about it. Because he's not funny. He didn't make it funny because it probably would be funny if somebody else would have did it. You know what I mean? Though them guys I mentioned, but he's not funny anymore. So so the shit doesn't come off as funny. It come off as you trying to be cruel. You trying to be dismissive of her feelings and her issues. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get into this.
All right, guys. So I stumbled across the hilarious video from Chris Rock, who is now finally addressing the drama going on between him and Will Smith. Okay, you remember Will Smith slapped him at the Oscars in front of the world after Chris Rock made a joke about his wife.
And let me just say this. He hasn't just finally started saying something about this. He's been all around the country talking about this shit in local comedy clubs to try to get material that's fixed. So he's been talking about it. Now everybody like, damn, it's been a whole year. That's why I say I don't really have a problem with him talking about it because it's been a whole year. I don't really care that it's been a whole year, but make it funny. You had a whole fucking year to go around the country and work on this material, and it comes off as you still hurt, nigga. Then you see some of the clips. He talking about shit of like, yeah, he can beat me. Why would he want to pick on me? Like, dude, you're the one on stage right now talking like you tough. You're calling that man's wife out of her name, bitches and shit like that. Now, mind you, understand what Will did was wrong. I'm not, making excuses for it. He did what he did. Jada didn't call him out his name and no shit like that. She tried to squash it, even though everybody knows she manipulated Will and manipulated that whole situation. We all know she was the puppet master. We get that. But you're calling this woman out her name, calling all types of bitches and shit like that, and you just got your ass smacked a year ago, but you still disrespecting her. So at this point, for me, you want to keep calling her out her name and shit like that. I'm okay with Will smacking you at this point. Because now I understand, now you on sucker shit. You ain't that tough. You get on the stage and you use your bully pulpit to be a bully, to be disrespectful to people, but then a motherfucker run up on you and put hands on you, and then now, he picking on me. He knew I couldn't beat him. He's very bigger than I am. I don't give a fuck how big a motherfucker is. Ain't nobody smacking me without we gonna move some furniture in this bitch. And I could win or lose. But I'll tell you one motherfucking thing, I'm gonna get something in. I ain't just gonna stand there and let you smack me. But anyway, this is where a lot of people are having issues with Chris Rock. And like I said, I'm gonna prove my whole point to everybody of what I'm saying and why we got a lot of people got a problem with Chris Rock in this bullshit special that he did. Because I'm gonna bring up something he did a couple of years ago, and motherfuckers let that slide. And he thought it was okay, it was cool to say and do. But anyway, let's move on.
His wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, after that, Will Smith faced a whole lot of criticism because people called him out for simping for his wife, okay, who was sleeping with other men, okay, and then, did an interview about it with her husband. Okay?
Let me just say this too. Everybody know what Jada did was some bullshit by them, but he agreed to it, regardless if she manipulated him or whatever, but he still agreed to him. He grown ass man, right? Now, let me explain something. I'm not trying to take Jada's side, but I'm going to be fair. Will was out fucking other bitches too. Listen, this nigga probably was fucking some of her friends and what you listen, man. It's all types of stories of Will Smith out this bitch doing all types of shit. Allegations of gay shit. Okay? Him fucking other women. Allegations of that. He has been doing the same shit she been doing. Listen, they are swingers, bro. And let me just explain something to everybody. When did we start shaming swingers? Let them do what they do. That's their relationship. I don't give a fuck who they fucking, long as they ain't fucking children. I don't give a fuck. They talking about August is so young and all that other shit. We don't say nothing about old ass women and men fucking around with young girls that's over age. So why the fuck we give a fuck about if Jada fuck August, him in the dark space and all this? Listen, let me explain something to everybody. It's sad that I have to keep having this conversation with stupid people. Listen, as a man, we don't give a fuck what state of mind we in. We'll take the pussy. Why do you think when older teachers and shit fuck the little young boys in school, them little young boys, they brag about it? They brag about it. That's how they get caught. That's how the shit get fucked up and shit, because they brag about it. They going around school bragging about it. They ain't really got no fucking problem with it. It's the parents, which they should have a problem with it. But no fucking little boys or young men and shit, or men have a problem with women somehow, some call it taking advantage of them sexually. Nigga, you can't, listen, you can't, it ain't a woman on earth that can make a man fuck them. Have you ever heard a woman rape a man? I'll wait. You ain't never heard of it. Unless you got some bitch some woman that is a motherfucking big ass bodybuilder or some shit like that, and she cock diesel and this motherfucker 5'5". But you don't even hear that. The fuck out of here. So miss me with the Alcina was going through something mentally. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how mentally ill he was. He ain't turning down no pussy. Not no Jada Pinkett pussy. And first of all, she didn't come out and start speaking about it first. This pussy nigga did it. So, hey, don't act like she put that out there. She did not put that shit out there first. That little pussy ass nigga did that. And then now kind of find out this nigga is accused of being a homosexual. Listen, either way, I don't give a fuck if he gay or not. But my point is, don't try to sit here and act like this dude was mentally fucked. Listen, he might have been going through some things. Nobody's saying that. All I'm saying is, don't know dude, I don't give a fuck how mentally ill he fucked up. Kanye West is mentally ill, fucked up, and he's still getting pussy. He ain't turning down no pussy. I'll tell you that shit. I know people that are mentally retarded. The dudes that you give them some, they fucking. They dick still get hard when they see a woman. Listen, man. Don't be acting like Jada Pinkett Smith. You know, listen. Don't act like she put that out here. She didn't put it out here. What she did, maybe she should have did that shit in a different way. But in her way of doing it, she thought it was the right way to do it. A lot of people disagree. It's understandable. But don't act like she the one came out and said, "I'll fucking August and all that." No, nigga. No, she did not do that first. That was that pussy ass nigga. That nigga was mad because after they did whatever they did, she didn't want to fuck with him like that no more. And his pussy ass got mad. And I told you that's what a lot of them motherfuckers do. Even when the kids, when the teachers are fucking the kids, when fucking them kids, what happens is the little boy get upset because he mad because she will allow him to do certain shit when she was getting that dick from him. She using him, right? He gets upset now. She's treating him like the rest of them. And so that's when he might come out, start snitching, or he get reckless. And then that's when the truth come out. I'm not saying the women are right, but I'm just telling you why that shit, women teachers usually get caught. Real talk. Nigga, listen, I'll tell you one, listen, people. I fucked a lot of older women, underage, and I would never mention their name. Never. I'm still to this day, even though I know that it's wrong, there's something wrong with that. But a part of me was okay with it. A part of me was like, yeah, I want to do it. I could have turned it down. Real talk. But I didn't. Let's move on.
It is like the ultimate simp, Will Smith. And Chris Rock is finally kind of speaking out about it. And I got to tell you guys, he's not holding back at all. Okay. So in a recent Netflix special, Chris Rock, again, has spoke on this Will Smith situation. And boy, again, he is really, really, really still pissed about what happened. And I want to play an audio version of what Chris Rock was saying, so that you guys can kind of get the gist of, how he currently feels about that situation. Take a look.
And then his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit, but for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something.
First of all, Chris Rock, the only reason you even talking about it is because Will Smith smacked you. That's it. Because you say, usually I wouldn't talk about it. I highly disagree. But you saying you wouldn't, we're going to take your word for it. Whatever, nigga. But you mad because you only talking about this shit and being disrespectful and talking about this shit because you got smacked. And you ain't do shit. And let me just say something to you. I wouldn't have been humiliated if I'm Chris Rock, if I'd have fought back. You feel humiliated because you didn't fight back. That's what it is. So stop sitting up here, and I'm sick of people sitting up here, oh, Chris Rock, he's really the victim. No, he's not. You don't let no man smack you. I don't give a fuck where you at. If you a motherfucker that's going to sit there and talk all that tough gangster shit, and a motherfucker decides to get up on that stage and be brave to come over there and even try to rush you, nigga, you supposed to be on point. And then even if you're not, and he smacks you, put hands on you, you whip that ass. You fight back, at least you may get your ass whipped, but fight back. You're upset. You still playing this victim shit, and you upset because you chose not to you chose not to fight back. That ain't on Will. That ain't on nobody else. That's on you. That's who you are as a person. You a pussy ass nigga. How about that? You a pussy ass nigga. And it just is what it is. We're going to stop this tiptoeing around this shit. He's a pussy ass nigga. That's what it is. You let that man smack you. That's why you mad. You doing a whole comedy special about this shit, about that man's life and shit. And you got the right to do it. I'm not saying you totally wrong, but you ain't even making this shit funny. You just venting, nigga. You could have did that, just did a motherfucking Gail interview or something. We didn't need to, I didn't need to see this motherfucker come. I ain't see it, all of it, but these clips, I don't need to see this shit. We don't even need to hear about it. Nick, this nigga could have just went on Gail or Oprah or something, nigga. Come on. Went on CNN or something and sat down and talked about it. Did what Will did, nigga. Go live and talk about it. Get your grievance out. But this shit here, nigga, is bullshit. And that's why a lot of people got a problem with this bullshit ass comedy special. Because you milking it like a bitch ass nigga. Ain't nothing real about Chris Rock. He a pussy ass nigga. That's just is what it is. He doing what bitch niggas do. You let a man smack you in front of the world and you do nothing. And now you want to sit out here and feel like you were the victim. Nigga, that's another man. If it was a woman, I understand it. I will understand all this shit. But it was another man that smacked you, nigga. And you did nothing about it. All right, man. Fuck out of here. I don't feel any sympathy for Chris Rock at this point. At the beginning, I did. At this point, I don't. Enough of this shit.
Do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. They're like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
And listen, and Chris Rock, you may just be right about that, right? But let's be real about it too. Nigga, your wife didn't cheat on you. You cheated on your wife and fucked your whole family up because you was cheating on your wife. What the fuck you talking about? Listen, Will and Jada, they swingers, nigga. They both did some, I guess she did some shit of crossing the line, didn't tell Will, whatever, however it happened. But it was an agreement that they had and she broke it. That's their shit. You had an agreement with your wife not to cheat on your wife and you cheated on your wife, nigga. So don't be sitting up here acting like, Will and them so bad. And listen, she thought the way she expressed that shit, the way she did it was the right way because of that nigga August or what he did. He the one started, he the one came out with the shit. That's all I'm saying. Like, niggas gotta, man, people gotta be real about this shit, man. Stop. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Jada, man. I don't fuck with Jada Pinkett Smith. I believe the woman is a demon. It's my honest opinion. I don't like the woman. Okay, listen, but I'll be fair about this shit. Listen, bro, she didn't start that. She didn't come out start speaking about that shit. She didn't sit down at the red table and just started talking about it. She wasn't the first person that did it. That nigga August did that shit. That's weak ass shit. Let's move on, man.
Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit every
time out. No, he didn't. And I understand he kind of joking a little bit, but no, she didn't. Because you the one still out here talking about it. After her and Will talked about that shit, they ain't talk about it no more. They didn't talk about it no more. They ain't speak about it. They did the red table shit. They ain't speak about it no more. It was all of us talking about that shit. Like, you get what I mean? But after they talked about it, you ain't hear Will and them talk about that shit no more. You ain't hear him talk. You listen. Let's be real, man. We don't have to like everything Will and Jada be doing, man. Listen. Ask yourself, did they go on a motherfucking radio station and all these and talk shows and keep talking about it? No, they didn't. They talk about it at one time, and it is what it is. Now, people will bring it up and ask some questions about it, but they ain't bringing it up. They ain't talking about this shit. Just like now, nobody even was talking about this Will and Jada shit. He do his little comedy special. He brings it up because he's mad because he got the shit smacked out of him. And it ain't just because he got the shit smacked out of him. He mad because he's a pussy ass nigga and he ain't do nothing. That's all this is what all this is about. See, I'm taking the gloves off. We're not going to sit here and pretend that Chris Rock is a victim anymore. He's not. He's just a bitch ass nigga. Plain and simple. Because like I said, you talk that tough shit that you talking on stage, I guarantee you won't say that in front of Will Smith face and Jada face. Because they probably fuck around. They fuck around, probably jump your ass, but Will probably just whip your ass by itself. So now you're just being a bitch ass nigga again.
Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch, fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch, and the Breakfast Club called him a bitch, and the View, and the Talk, and every rapper, and fucking the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch. Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody. And who's he hit? Me.
And let's be real. You want to talk about, listen, not condoning violence or not condoning what Will did. Listen, the reason Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, this is factual. Years ago, it was an issue with Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith. Will talked to him like, hey, man, chill with that shit. We supposed to be friends. Now, mind you, allegations, he wanted to get into that swinger shit with Jada because he knew that Jada and Will was in the swinging. He wanted to get involved. Jada ain't want him. And ever since then, this nigga been taking shots at them. Mind you, they was friends. But when she turned down the swinger shit that Chris Rock wanted to be involved in they shit, he got upset. He started taking shots at him. Will warned his ass years ago. You supposed to be my friend, dude. Stop that shit. And what really happened was Will was on it. Will was going through a lot with the whole Jada shit, doing what she did and feeling embarrassed. I get that. And we all know why he got up on that stage. But the other reason he went to smack with Chris Rock and what nobody want to talk about is because a nigga warned him already, man. He warned him already. He didn't have to say nothing about Jada, whatever. Everybody said it was just a harmless joke. It didn't matter to Will. Because Will already told this nigga, hey, man, you supposed to be my boy. You mad because we ain't do the swinging shit with you. And now you taking shots at my wife. And we know why you doing it. So stop the shit. He kept doing it. Listen, hey, man, they ain't condoning it, but I'm telling you that's what happened. And he's sitting there, he out of everybody else, he smacked me because you was his friend. And you did the sucker shit that you doing now. You did it because she turned you down and didn't want you to be a part of that swinging shit. With she didn't want to fuck you. The fuck out of here, bro. And it's now this nigga sitting there acting like he a victim. He don't know why Will hit him. You know why Will hit him, hit you, bitch. You know why. I'm not condoning it. I don't think that Will should have smacked the shit out you. Maybe y'all should have took it backstage or something like that, and y'all throw the fade, whatever. But not on that national platform like that. No, I disagree with that. But come on. Don't act like you don't know, nigga. You know. Fucking bozo.
A nigga he know he could be. That is some bitch ass shit.
Let me just say something. People. And I'm gonna be real about it. I can see this two ways. Right? I can see how Chris Rock can look at it. He did it because he knew he could beat me. But let me just explain something to you. What Will Smith thought twice of going up there, smacking the shit out of maybe The Rock or somebody like that, or somebody his size, or somebody that he knew that probably would throw them hands back? Yes, he probably thought about that. He probably kind of knew. But on the other hand, he could have not gave a fuck who was up that bitch. If you somewhere and a nigga is disrespecting your woman, you don't give a fuck how big he is. You just don't. You're going to step to that motherfucker. First, you're going to try to calm it because you're like, yo, this shit can go left. This dude probably going to whip my ass. Everybody go through that in their head, right? Hey, babe, look, I got this. Hey, man, listen, man, don't talk to my wife like that. Blah, blah, blah. How, you try to de-escalate the situation. But if the shit keep escalating, after a while, you ain't, if you're a real motherfucker and you supposed to be sitting there protecting you, listen, nigga, if I get in a fight with a dude disrespecting my woman, my wife is jumping into that. Especially if she think I'm getting my ass whipped too. So, nigga, we going at it. So I'm not worried about catching the ass whooping. So, like I said, it might have not have mattered to Will Smith. Who the fuck was on the stage? We don't really know. We assuming, because it was Chris Rock. He could beat him. That's a possibility. If it was The Rock, maybe he wouldn't have did it. It's a possibility, but it's a very good possibility that he wouldn't have gave a fuck who it was. Listen, yes, do the shit look like some sucker shit, some bullshit that Will did. Yeah, but nigga, with even more sucker shit would make you look like a sucker. You did nothing about it. You did nothing about it. I mean, listen, people, even if he just would have sued the motherfucker, I'd have been like, at least he did something about it. Nigga, press charges, do something. He did nothing about it. I'm sorry, only thing he did was work on a comic skit, an hour skit or something like that for a whole year, toured the whole country to do this shit, and come out with a skit. Nigga, you just ain't smacking me. Sorry. Listen, I'll press charges on you and still go out and do a motherfucking comedy special. Nigga, I still sue you and still do a comedy special about it. Nigga, if you hit me, we fighting, I win or lose, I'm still gonna do a motherfucking comedy special about you. But I'm gonna do something.
Recordings just got better.
Commercial people, hold on.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local.
Yeah, that's absolutely hilarious, right? Chris Rock has a good point. Okay, everybody was roasting Will Smith about his relationship with his wife.
He can have a good point, but it don't mean that it's funny. It's not funny. None of this shit was funny. Because he's not a funny motherfucker. You can have a point. I have a fucking point of what I'm saying. But I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not a fucking comedian, so I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not doing stand-up, nigga. I got a point. Nigga, if you just wanted to grieve, just say this ain't a comedy special. This is grieve. I got a grieving special that I want to do. Like he could have just did that. Name that shit that or something. But don't name it as a comedy special. Because the shit ain't funny. Let's move on, man. But it take a cornball ass dude, this black, so-called black conservative, coward ass nigga. He think this shit is hilarious. Chris Rock is hilarious. He has a point. Sit your pussy ass down. All you sellout ass black Negroes. You niggas like to, and see what these sellouts do, they like to capitalize on black pain. It's sad to see Chris Rock doing this shit. I feel sad for him at this point. You just a coward, bro. Chris Rock is just a fucking coward. It just is what it is. Took you a whole year to come up with this bullshit? Nigga, you could have sat down and did an interview on CNN, MSNBC. You could have went on Fox, nigga, for all I care. You could have went to Gail or Oprah or Tamala. You could have went. It's a whole bunch of people out here, nigga, for this shit. You give us this bullshit? All right. Let's move on, man.
Yeah, with his wife before all this stuff happened at the Oscars. And then when he finally decides to take it out on somebody, he takes it out on Chris Rock, okay, who made a joke that I think is probably pretty tame, right, compared to a lot of the other jokes that people have been making about Will Smith basically being a cuck, okay? I'm just saying. Meanwhile, you have
listen, people. I done seen people snap for less. I done seen people shoot a whole motherfucking shoot some shit up over a hamburger, nigga. You know what the fuck that person was going through that day. I'm not condoning what they did, but we done seen motherfuckers shoot and kill people at a McDonald's, nigga, over a goddamn cheeseburger, over an order, nigga. We didn't seen people kill for less or get hurt for less. So listen, I'm not condoning what Will did, but nigga, we get over it. If he didn't do nothing about it, he did nothing. I don't give a fuck he mad. I don't care anymore. And it ain't grieving, nigga. He mad. He ain't grieving. He's mad. He's upset. He's still mad over a year. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You didn't do nothing. You let a man come up on the stage and smack the shit out you, and you did nothing. Your brothers and them said that they would do something to him more than this motherfucker is saying. And he the oldest. A pussy. Remember, everybody got bring up. Chris always talk about he got bullied when he was young. Nigga, I got bullied too when I was young. So what? I'm a grown-ass man now, and I guarantee you ain't no nigga smacking the shit out of me, and I don't do nothing. How about that shit? Fuck that nigga, man. Sick of this nigga, Chris Rock, man. Get the fuck out of here. You just a bitch-ass nigga. It just is what it is. And I'm going to prove my point that he a bitch-ass nigga. Oh, I got some shit right after this, and I'm going to let y'all hear that and tell you how much of a bitch-ass nigga he is. This is a bitch-ass nigga. This nigga's okay with people disrespecting him. But now he mad at Jada and Will? Why you ain't do nothing about it then? Will smack you. Why you ain't do nothing? The fuck out of here. And like I said, at the end of the day, people, I ain't condoning what Will did, smacking him. I'm not okay with that. But hey, just because I don't condone what Will did, I'm telling you, Will would have did that shit to me, nigga. It'd have been furniture moving in that bitch. Nigga, they'd have cut the whole show off. Oscars ain't got to invite me back. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'd have tried to kill Will in that bitch. Only way Will was leaving that motherfucker Oscars with police protection. That's the only way he leaving there. I'd have tried to kill that motherfucker. You smack me? All right, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Listen, these niggas ain't even built like that. So I don't even give. It's a waste of my time talking to some of these clown niggas out here. You niggas ain't even built like that. It ain't got nothing to do with, being a thug or being gangster. None of that shit. I'm a grown-ass man, and I will never allow no other man to smack me like that, and there don't be no consequences for it. Win or lose. You can whip I guarantee you just ain't gonna smack me. And I'm like, Will Smith just smacked me. Yeah, all right, nigga. All right, man. Let's move on, man.
Will Smith, who is claiming that he was spit on by white people while filming a movie. Okay, he's playing the victim card here, right? And speaking of white people, Chris Rock also.
Oh, so no, Will playing the victim card. Listen, man. We all know Will be on some bitch shit too. He said some shit about when he was doing that slave movie. And listen, I keep saying to black people, why y'all keep conducting yourselves as doing slave movies? Like, it's listen, at this point of seeing black people get even in slave movies is an embarrassment. I don't even feel sorry for you. I'm embarrassed. Listen, people, I don't need to do a movie. I don't need to see a movie to know how slavery felt. Of course, I would never know fully how it feel to be a slave because I never was a slave. I get that. But I can imagine. I got a heart. I have humanity in me. I could feel it. You have that connection with your ancestors. I don't have to watch no more fucking slavery. I can read about it. I do not need to see motherfucking slave movies. I don't know why black people keep doing that shit. Listen, Will Smith let a man spit on him and it was off script. A white man spit on him while he was doing the movie and said some real fucked up shit. That's on Will. That's another bitch ass move. He all script spitting on you and that wasn't in the script. I'm whipping his ass. I'm whipping his ass. Feel no sympathy for Will. Shut the fuck up. We didn't need to know that. I don't give a fuck about that shit, Will. Hey, you let it happen. You niggas let shit happen to you. That's on you. Fuck out of here, man. Let's move on.
Is roasting Meghan Markle for crying racism in regards to her situation and the dealings that she's had with the royal family. And I'm actually really happy that Chris Rock did this segment because, you know, I think that I'm not the only black person that believes that Meghan Markle's cries about racism are ridiculous. So take a look.
First of all, and it's a little percentage of you pussy ass motherfuckers. Because you motherfuckers are okay with being disrespected by racist ass white people. Actually, you do the work for them. So of course, you know, you mad at Meghan Markle for speaking up, standing up for herself. Of course you mad at her. Because you don't have the balls to do it. What you would do, you would ignore your racist white counterparts that says all types of racist and disrespectful shit to people that look like you. But soon a black person says something against that shit, you try to call them racist. What type of fucking shit we on here? And so did Chris Rock do the same shit. Buck dancing, nigga. Listen, where's the self-respect of some of these niggas? Listen, some of you black Negroes, you want to sell out, do your thing. Stop speaking on black people. You niggas ain't worthy. You niggas ain't worthy to even rock out jerseys. Get your pussy asses out of here. We'll fight our own battle, nigga. We don't need you fighting against. Listen, bruh. Woo. Hey, man. Because these cowards won't speak up against racism. So we too woke and we tripping? Meghan Markle is out of pocket. How the fuck is she out of pocket? How the fuck are we going to tell that woman what her experiences was with the royal family? Is anybody royal around this bitch? Is anybody in that kingdom? Is anybody married to anybody in the royal family? No. And let's think about this. If Meghan Markle is lying or playing victim to racism that the family did, why the fuck is Prince Harry riding with her? He's selective of kind of doing a little bit, trying to play both sides a little bit. I don't really like that shit, but he done did some racist shit back in the day too, so I ain't kind of surprised. That family is known for being racist. Known for it. You can ignore talking all that bullshit about the Queen and all that. Fuck them. They are known for it. So you think I'm going to take some people that is known for being racist side over Meghan Markle? Let me tell you something. They treated Princess Diana like shit, and it wasn't nothing about race. They just false class. They couldn't control the men in that family. The Queen couldn't, of who she wanted them to be with. That's why they treated Princess Diana, and she wasn't a racist. So you seen her with Michaels and all black people like Queen Elizabeth ain't like none of that shit because the whole fucking family racist. So she at the top tier, all on racist. That's why they ain't like Diana. Diana seen all that racist shit that was going on there. She seen it all. She knew what was going on. That's why they ain't like her. Think about what's the other brother now? I forgot his name. Him. I forgot his name. The one losing all his hair and shit. The one cut his motherfucking hair. He doing a George Jefferson around this bitch. But anyway, him, the oldest brother, Prince Harry, his wife, they tore that woman down because she wasn't elite enough. Not that her Queen Elizabeth and the family, her motherfucking grandson is just in love with this woman. They couldn't accept that. They wanted to control him. He allowed it at the while. They didn't listen. They treated that woman like shit and Princess Diana like shit. Not compared to what they did to Meghan Markle. It got to the point, Meghan Markle, I'm out this bitch. I'm out this motherfucker. I'm gone. And listen, hey, Prince, you gonna ride with me or you not, nigga? You gonna stay here or not? But I'm leaving. I'm not gonna have my kid around this shit. And salute to Meghan Markle. She wasn't just thinking about herself. She was thinking about her kid. Listen, I think she even admitted she accepted some of the racist shit that they was doing to her. But when they started fucking with her kid, it was enough for her. I can't deal with this shit no more. They was mentally trying to break that woman. But then you got all these buck dancing coons out here saying, hey, she's playing victim. And the racism, the queen in them? Yes, the queen in them. Google them, nigga. Google the family. Google their legacy. They all a bunch of racists. They all a bunch of colonizers. So when the queen died, let the bitch die. We don't give a fuck. Bitch been a racist. Ding dong, the queen is dead. We don't give a fuck.
She went through was not racism. It was just some in-law. So she's complaining. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby was going to be. They're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's going to be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know.
Time out. And let me just explain something to you. And this is why what he's saying about Meghan Markle, about the baby, they ask him what color the baby gonna be. Yes, when it comes from different races of people that ain't black, it's racist. Okay? When black people do it, it's colorism. You know the difference. Chris Rock, you pussy ass nigga. But you know what black people do? As much as they on that colorism shit, they still protect that baby. They try not to mistreat that baby. We got some fucked up people, some people that's black. We get them. That's why we say fuck them. Okay? Now, he said black people do that. Some black people do that, you pussy nigga. Some do. When any white person or ain't nobody that's black and it, mind you, it ain't they baby. Mind you, it ain't the royal family baby. Listen, this baby was Prince and Meghan Markle baby. It wasn't they kid. What the fuck they worrying about it for? So it's racism. What they worrying about it for? They figure how it would look on the family that they bring in a darker baby in to the family. Regardless, what we was going to do if the baby was darker. What you was going to come out and show your true racism? It's they motherfucking baby. And what the fuck did it matter how what skin tone, how dark or light the baby was going to come out? It shouldn't have mattered. Nobody should have asked that question. Yes, it's racist. Coming from white people, yes. Fuck you asking what color the baby is for. How dark the baby gonna be. Does it matter? It's a baby. It's a fucking baby. Yes, Chris Rock. Yes, this dumb, stupid black conservative and the stupid, ignorant, sellout-ass black people that ain't think nothing wrong with what Meghan Markle said about what the family said. And of course, that bigotry ass is going to try to stay in the closet and pretend that they ain't racist and come out and say, we never said that. Yeah, all right. You're known for being racist. You're known for saying racist shit. You're known, your family bloodline is known for being colonizers. So yes, I take Meghan Markle's side. You goddamn right. She got the right to say whatever she got. You know what? You know what Meghan Markle did? Chris Rock, you pussy ass nigga. You know what she did? That you should have did instead of doing this ridiculous ass comedy special because it ain't funny. You know what you should have did? You should have went to Oprah too, bitch, and got out your grievances and talked about all this shit. Because we didn't need to see this motherfucking bullshit ass comedy special. You out here venting. Bitch, sit down with Oprah then. Do what Meghan Markle did. You pussy ass thing. How about this? How about you do a real man shit that you didn't do when you got smacked like a little bitch? What you should have did, hey, Will, let's meet up. Let's talk face to face. Let's talk this shit out, me and you behind closed doors. We don't need nothing. Me and you. You ain't even want to do that because you a bitch. Suck ass nigga. Fuck out of here. Take the gloves off on this bitch ass nigga, Chris Rock. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. You been a sellout. You been selling us out. Pussy ass. You mad at Meghan Markle, nigga? What the fuck? It's one thing you mad at Will because he smacked you. I get that. What are you mad at Meghan Markle for? Oh, that's not racism. Yeah, because you a bitch motherfucker that allow racism. You allow it. You okay. The fuck out of here. Y'all notice anything with the George Floyd shit even was happening? We ain't hear from Chris Rock. We heard from Dave Chappelle. We heard none from this bitch nigga. And the injustices going on with black people, we don't hear this nigga speaking out, saying nothing. That pussy ass nigga, get his pussy ass out of here. Anyway, let's move on.
How proud the baby gonna be?
Yeah, so this is hilarious to me. And the reason why is because yesterday I did a video about woke activist Ernest Owens going on Piers Morgan.
Let me just say this. Stop calling everything that you dislike what somebody's talking about. You disagree with. It's not wokeism. It's not woke. You can disagree with somebody you can disagree with them. That doesn't make it woke. That's not the definition of it. And this coon ass nigga, I'm sick of people doing that. It's not that. Stop taking out shit and trying to manipulate it to some bullshit that you want to make a definition of something different about. So it can mean something different. It's not that. We got a bunch of these motherfuckers running around here trying to take a word that doesn't even mean that. And let me just explain something to you. This is what I know about racist white folks. Listen, and some of these coon buck dancers that fall in line with this shit. Anytime black people come up with something, you always got to try to come in, steal out shit, and act like you recreating something. You didn't. You didn't recreate shit. You stole it. You're stealing wokeness as well. Like you stole hip-hop, like you stole a lot of shit. Technology, everything from us. You ain't clever. You're a bunch of posers sitting there acting like you listen, people, it ain't no different of what they say about Christopher. Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He stole America. Actually, he got lost and then ran into America and then plotted and stole the country. Helped steal it. That's exactly what he did. He didn't discover shit. The fuck out of here. Do not allow these fucking bozos to sit out here and try to keep taking, oh, that's wokeism. It ain't nothing woke if you just disagreeing. You can disagree with a lot of shit. That don't mean, oh, you being woke. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's about the injustice. Making sure people get treated equally. That's what that means. What the fuck are you talking about because you disagree? Or you talking about that victimhood, that's wokeness. Man, what the fuck are you talking about? Sit these stupid ass. Listen, man. Listen, this is why I tell y'all, I don't sit down with these type of people. It's not worth it. I might do a Will Smith sitting down with these motherfuckers. I might just do a Will Smith. Just go and smack the shit out of one up. Because it's insulting. They're trying to insult my intelligence and y'all's intelligence. And the one thing I don't like, one of my pet peeves, I don't like people trying to play like I'm stupid. You know you're lying. I know you're lying, but you continue to sit there and keep fucking lying. And act like I'm supposed to somehow understand where you coming from. No, bitch. I don't got to sit there and agree with your lies because somehow you want to have a conversation with me about your lies. Get the fuck away from me, man. Don't allow these stupid people to even be around you. And you can call it cancel culture. You can call it wokeism. Call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't want to be around stupid people like this that lie for a living. They make money off of lying. And then try to act like, and conspiracy theories, and then try to act like that shit supposed to make sense. The truth is there. You trying to manipulate the truth. Anyway, let's move on, man.
Show. Because Piers Morgan wanted to call out Ernest Owens for accusing him of racist remarks towards Meghan Markle because he simply criticized the drama queen, right? On drama Duchess of Sussex, whatever she is. I don't know her real title. Okay.
Listen, first of all, it's one thing of you saying, and Piers Morgan say, hey, you know what? I don't believe what Meghan Markle said about the royal family. That they said these things to her. You can say that. But the way that Piers Morgan did it was on some vile shit. You can say I disagree. I don't like it. Just like I'm not mad at Chris Rock for coming out saying what he's saying. I'm not mad at that. All I'm saying, I got the right to criticize your behavior too. And Meghan Markle didn't come out being disrespectful and shit like that. She was just telling you what happened. It seemed like everybody that have a problem with what she said is being disrespectful. You can disagree, like I don't believe that happened. But the way Piers Morgan did it, and mind you, let's talk about truth, facts. We don't sit here and live and make pretend over here on OBF. We're not doing what the internet does. The reason, one of the reasons why Piers Morgan is went after Meghan Markle and continue to go at her the way he does is because she turned his ass down for a date. The same shit that Chris Rock is doing. He got mad at Jada because Jada would not allow him to get, she wouldn't fuck him. She wouldn't allow him to get in the swinging shit with her. She wasn't okay with him fucking her. Now, Will might have been okay with it. Maybe. He might have was. But Jada wasn't. He got upset about that. It ain't no different about the Piers Morgan when it comes to Meghan Markle shit. He was trying to holler at her, and she turned his ass down. He even admitted it. She ghosted me. Get over yourself, you bitch-ass motherfucker. And I told you the one thing about men, this is all men. We don't like to be turned down by women. That shit breaks your heart, nigga. Be like, damn, I ain't cute enough, I ain't fly enough, I ain't got enough money. You start second guessing yourself when a woman turns you down. Listen, if you ever notice, men get very angry, dismissive. Some get disrespectful, even get violent when they get turned down by women. So you think that Piers Morgan ain't doing what he's doing because Meghan Markle ghosted him? And then let's think about what he said. Piers Morgan, he said this shit himself. He said, I have never heard anything that the royal family is be on some racist shit. That is a lie. That number one, that is a lie. They have a history of it. Then number two, just say you don't believe Meghan Markle, you side with the royal family. But you can't dismiss what she's saying, though. You can't act like she's lying. You don't have no proof that she's lying because the one side says she's lying. Well, Meghan Markle said they lying. So how you just choose a side like that? But I guarantee you, if you was with her, and she'd have gave you the time of the day, maybe gave you some pussy or something, I guarantee you, yeah, Meghan Markle may have a point here. Oh, insecure ass nigga. Oh, insecure ass motherfucker, cracker ass cracker. Get his ass the fuck up out of here, man. Piers Morgan.
But again, apparently, any criticism of Meghan Markle is racist. If you guys haven't seen this, check out this clip.
And I think there was a little bit of bias in the way that you had really gone after her.
Yeah, but Ernest, to be fair, I didn't ask you about that. I just said, what were the racist tirades? What racist thing have I ever said about Meghan Markle? I'm curious. You tweeted quite a few times that I was a racist. I'm just curious, what was the racism?
I said
Let me tell you what the racism is. You side with Donald Trump, bitch. I don't give a fuck about other the shit that you ever said. You supported Donald Trump. You was okay with Donald Trump. You are racist to me. How about that? I don't give a fuck about it. I don't explain nothing else to you after that. Because Donald Trump is a racist. After that, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck about what you said about Matt. You side with Donald Trump, I know you're a racist. Let's make that clear. That's why I wouldn't call all Republicans racist, but if you side with Donald Trump, you ride with him, or you did ride with him, then you're a fucking racist. Sorry to tell you. Let's move on.
I said your remarks was racist. I didn't say
What
verbatim
were the remarks
that
that
you
were
were
racist?
racist. I think that it's biased. I think that you had a sense of bias of how you were speaking about her and how you was really being insensitive to her mental health.
Sorry,
and how you
being biased,
a lot of her concerns.
Being biased or skeptical of some of her claims is not the same as being racist. What was the thing I said that was racist?
I never, hold on. Do you want the person of color to speak, or do you want to just talk over me?
Nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest. Sorry, nothing to do with your skin color. I don't care if you're black or white. Or
listen. Let me just say this. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying this to all gay people, all gay black people. Stop putting these gay black people on TV to represent us. Some of these black gay people to represent us. Some of them be going way too far. Are you gonna let the person of color? First of all, when you call yourself a person of color, you already lost me, brother or sister. I don't give a fuck who you are. You already lost me. We black. We ain't people of color. That's some old shit the group everybody know, nigga. We are black. You already lost me. So get the fuck out of here with that shit. And like I said, and number two, stop putting some of these gay alphabet people on TV represent us. You're already doing a poorly ass job. Now, the person of color, you gonna let the person of color speak? You already lost the argument. You already lost the argument. So now Piers Morgan is I got him. I got him. Man, please, man. I ain't saying to all my brothers and sisters that's in the alphabet community, I ain't saying all y'all like this, but goddamn it, check these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers is out of pocket. We black. We don't go by minorities no more. We already know what that shit meant. Excuse me. And me. We're not minorities. We are black. We have to separate ourselves from that minority bullshit. We are not minorities. We are not people of color. We are not that. Because you notice they never call white people of color. They're color too, ain't they? They white, ain't they? So why they ain't the people of color? Why they can't use the word? No, I'm black. People of color. Of his sound like a sweetie pie and shit. Man, get the man.
Anything else? I just want you to try and tell me, given you tweeted to your many followers repeatedly, by the way, repeatedly, you did this repeatedly. You have called me a racist repeatedly for racist things I've said about Meghan Markle. I simply want you to stand by what you tweeted. What was it I said about Meghan Markle?
Listen, people. And this is where he lost the argument. The alphabet black dude lost the goddamn argument. Listen, bro. This is why I don't use I don't try to call people racist. White people racist. Oh, anybody. I try not to use that word. That is a real serious accusation that you're putting on somebody. It's up there as like A and B with being called the nigger. Okay? From racist people, right? So I'm not trying to call white people racist all the time because I disagree with them. Listen, if you say some racist shit, yeah, you're racist to me. But I have to articulate and tell you why it was racist. He can't articulate why it was racist. Listen, I didn't call Piers Morgan. I don't call Piers Morgan a racist because of what he said about Meghan Markle. I call him Piers Morgan a racist because he defended Donald Trump, which is a racist. He support racism. That's why I believe Piers Morgan is a racist. I can articulate that. But this dude can't articulate that shit. You just can't throw that out there and be like, oh, Piers Morgan is a racist. Well, articulate it. Well, tell us why. That's what Piers Morgan is doing. That's when he's saying, nigga, I got you. Because he can't articulate it. He said, you said some things that was racist. Well, where was the things? He can't speak on it because Piers Morgan is not a stupid racist. He know how to use his words. But like I said, a lot of times, the very intelligent racists, right, the smart racists, they can articulate themselves of saying certain shit that not come off as racist with their words. So a lot of times, if you don't pay attention to what they do and who they support and who they defend, like he defends a racist, okay, now, you ain't got to say shit to me. This is what you defending. It's who you stand beside. You would never see me stand side by side with a fucking Confederate. You would never see me stand side by side with a KKK member or a neo-Nazi. You would never see me stand side by side by motherfuckers that shooting and killing each other in the motherfucking hood, gangbangers. You would never see me do that. Unless I'm there to try to fix some shit. Try to help. But I'm not there to support their behavior. I'm not saying I'm riding with them with their behavior. That's what, or what I can get out of them or some shit like that. I can benefit off of them. I'm not there for that. I'm trying to help them. I don't need no benefit. What I'm benefit of being around a bunch of gangbanger niggas for? I don't sell dope. I don't gangbang. It ain't no different than Piers Morgan standing side by side with Trump, knowing that he's a fucking racist. You're benefiting from it. Or and at the same time, you believe in it. You condone the bullshit. You can say, well, I don't agree with everything you say. Listen, people, I don't agree. It's some shit I agree with gangbangers go through. I know the lifestyle. I know the lifestyle. Okay? That don't mean I agree with it. I used to be a street nigga. I understand it very well. That means nothing. You ain't gonna see me out here. I ride with the gangbangers. No. You can't have that conversation with me. Well, I don't agree with some of the hateful shit he says, but the policies I like. Man, please, man. You just, so if it benefits you, you okay with the racist shit. If the gangbangers give you some money and you profit off of them, you okay with them. You don't agree with everything they do. You don't agree with some of that shit they do, but you ride with them. You support them though, because you're benefiting off them. That's exactly what Piers Morgan and a bunch of these Trump supporters, they pretend that they don't do. That's what you are doing. That's why you are a racist. You side with white supremacy. You side with racism, but only if you can benefit from it. You actually worse. You actually worse than the racist because you smart enough to understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's move on. That's who Piers Morgan is.
Would you let me talk?
Ever that's been racist.
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to overtalk me?
Just answer the question. Stop asking different questions.
That's microaggression. You're asking a black person to explain how what you did could be perceived as racist, and rather than let me finish talking, you're over-talking me and being highly defensive.
Am I being racist again?
Like the hit dog is hollering right now.
Am I being racist again?
Yeah, so that clip is hilarious to me. The reason why it's hilarious,
that is condescending. And like he already lost the argument. The black alphabet dude, he already lost he lost that shit. But if you just focus on that he just lost the argument and not focus on as well, you can do two things at one. You can say he lost the argument, but then you can look at Piers Morgan and see how condescending he is. He knows he's a fucking racist. He knows he's a racist. He's one of those intelligent, smart, in the closet racists. I keep telling y'all about people like that. He knows what to say. He knows how to do shit. He's not dumb. If you ain't intelligent enough, you won't catch his racism.
why it's hilarious is because according to Ernest Owens, right, any criticism of Meghan Markle, because allegedly she's black, comes from a place of racism. Now I wonder what.
And see the condescending of this coward. He says, "Oh, she's allegedly black." Listen, you're doing the same shit that Chris Rock is doing, that colorism shit. You got that. This is a black dude sitting there questioning her blackness, questioning she's so-called allegedly to be black. She is black. She is a mixed breed. She's a Barack Obama. Okay? But she's black. Now, let me just be very clear. It is a little difference with the Meghan Markle and Barack Obama comparison. It's a little different. Barack Obama accepts that he's black. He gets it. I'm black. People perceive me that. I perceive myself as black. I understand I got a white, I got a part of me, blood is white, a white family. He accepts that. Right? Meghan Markle, listen, I can't say that she accepts her black side. No, I can't say that because she accepts her mom. Her mom is black. But I have never seen Meghan Markle come out and say she's black. I have never seen that. And maybe she want to play both sides because she is mixed. And like I told you about mixed breed people, when they black and white like that, these Barack Obamas of the world, they are very confused where they fit in at. They don't want to offend either side sometimes. Some of them are like that. It's just like that. And we get mad at that shit, but we got to understand that is confusing to people, to people like them. Listen, I don't question that I'm black. Like, you get what I mean? You look at me, you know I'm black. I'm mixed with a lot of shit. But I look at myself. I look people, how people perceive me in a way. I know I'm black. I was raised knowing that I was black. Listen, some of these mixed breeds, they do not see themselves. They can't comprehend. They don't know where to fit in. I feel sorry for a lot of them because they don't know where they fit in. It just is what it is. I'm empathetic to it. I understand it. This is very hard for them. It's very hard for them. For a lot of them, believe it or not. It's very hard for a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. It's very hard for them. They don't know where they fit in. They don't want to hurt either side. Like, you get what I mean? So they stuck. Some just don't give a fuck. Some of them get pushed that way and they ain't got no choice. Some of them, like Meghan Markle, she was raised a certain type of way, so she don't want to offend either side. Can't knock her for that. But then he turns around and do the colorism shit as well. She so-called supposed to be black. But listen, brother, you my skin complexion. I can say the same shit about you. Not because of your skin complexion, of your behavior and the shit that's coming out of your mouth. I can question your blackness. But mind you, that's their whole point of being woke and all that other shit. They, you know what I mean? Their own version of it.
I wonder what Ernest would have to say about Chris Rock's criticism of Meghan Markle, crying about racism, in which Chris Rock makes a good point, okay? Because allegedly the royal family was concerned about how brown her baby would be, right? The baby might be too black, okay? Apparently they were concerned about that. It might be too brown. And Chris Rock makes a great point because, being a black...
Time out. And he thinks that's funny. He thinks racism is funny. Listen, people, imagine, right? Just imagine. Regardless if you're a black or white man. I mean, a black or white, or a black man or a black woman. And you have a baby by a white person, right? and that white family comes out and asks, well, how dark is the baby going to be? Oh, how light the baby is going to be? Wouldn't your radars go off? Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck? Why would you ask that question? Does it matter? Why you care how dark the baby going to be? Or how light the baby going to be? And let's just be very honest. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry baby will most likely can get passed as white, because she's not like a very dark skinned mixed breed. Like, you get what I mean? She's not very dark. She's very light. Okay? And so that baby, to me, looked white. But I know it got some black in it, but you don't know how dark that baby going to be once that baby get older. We just don't know. And at the same time, who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck. It's a baby, you know? Like, why would I care about how dark a baby going to be? Why would I care about that? It's a fucking baby. It's a blessing. It's one of the most, to this day, it's one of the most beautiful things that has ever been created. Or for a woman to create and a man can get together and create. Most beautiful thing in the world. Technology, money, whatever. A child, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. A baby, the most beautiful thing in the world. You know why? Because they're innocent. They innocent. They ain't got no bias. They ain't got nothing, nigga. They just been a baby. They're just coming out trying to grow. So who the fuck cares how dark the baby comes out? But just like I said, your antennas will go up. Then you asking questions. Why the fuck you care? So why would you care if the baby is darker or lighter? And then now you start to question these white people. Is they being racist to me? Some racist shit. And then imagine they don't explain it to you. They just want to know. And then mind you, she probably ain't even telling everything that they said when they asked that question. That's the crazy shit about it. First of all, I don't get, if you black and you do some shit like that, that's out of pocket. What you care about what the colorism are? Like when I had my daughter, nigga, I'm much lighter than my wife. Okay, listen. Why would I ask how will my kid be more darker? Like, ask the question: is she gonna be darker, or my daughter gonna be more brown skinned? You know, my wife was really worried about more than anything, because my wife got a gap in her teeth, right? She was worried about my daughter having a gap in her teeth. She didn't want my daughter to have that. My daughter wound up having that gap. That's the biggest thing. What about no fucking how dark and how light she was gonna be and all that bullshit. Nobody asks that. Anyway, let's move on.
You know, being a black person, okay, I can kind of say, you know, maybe I could, you know, speak a little bit, okay, in regards to what I see in the black community. Yeah, black people, when, you know, we have babies or whatever, especially if they're mixed race, black people do ask questions about how brown the baby is gonna be, right? Like, again, happens all the time.
If they mixed race, do you understand why the black person is asking that question though? And don't get it twisted, people. It is colorism that goes on in the black community. I'm not denying that. But usually if it's like some mixed shit going on with that, if a black person asks that question, it's for a reason. We have a real reason. It's not off of some racist shit. It's not off of some colorism shit. It's a lot of times that is about, we know how it feel if we the black ones, right? We the black people. And excuse me, and your kid or whoever it may be, they have relations and have a baby with somebody that's a different race than you, right? Excuse me. The reason that black people are asking that question a lot of the times, and I had these conversations with a lot of black people, that some black people that have kids with a different race. I heard, I sat down with talked to people that had a conversation with them about their kids having interracial relationships. I had these conversations before. The reason that they ask those questions, about 80% of the reason why they ask that question is because they don't want that kid have to go through the racism that they go through, or even the colorism in the black community. It's a reason why. It ain't on no shit of they trying to show colorism, or they being racist or some shit like that, or they got a problem with the baby being this color. It's because they want to protect the baby, protect the child when the child get over, and now they got to figure out how they got to raise this child, how they got to teach this child. That's why a lot of black people, if they ask that question, 80% wise, right? Now you got the 20% or something like that may do it because they just ignorant motherfucker, ignorant ass black folks. We get it. Ain't nobody saying we perfect over this bitch, but we know some ignorant ass black people like that. But don't get it twisted. When white people, it's about, I can say 10% of why white people would, if it's an interracial thing, if they doing the interracial thing, or they got family members with having an interracial relationship, having an interracial baby, right? 10% of them are just only doing it to protect that child. They want to know because, hey, they know what comes with it. They already feeling it because they in an interracial relationship. They want to protect that child. It's 10%. The other fucking 90% is on some racist shit. It's just a fact. They're not doing that shit because they care about the kid. They care about how it may look on them. They're not worrying about how the kid going to be affected. They worrying about their white superiority, their racism, how it going to look to the other white folks in the community or in the world. Anyway, let's move on, man. Shit is sad, man, that we have to have these conversations, but it's necessary because we're amongst the stupid.
All the time, right? Happens all the time. That is a legitimate conversation that happens when kids are born. It's okay. How brown is it going to be? Okay, it's going to get blacker, right? Or is it going to be, lighter skin? Okay, I'm just saying it happens. So, if it's not racist when black people ask these questions, how is it racist when white people ask these questions? I don't think that is racist for the royal family to ask questions about how brown the baby's going to be.
Of course you wouldn't. Because you sell out to white supremacy. And I told you, I just broke down shit to why black or white people do this shit. Just explained it to you. So for him and Chris Rock to does this shit of where you group all black people of we ask that question. A lot of us don't. A lot of us don't care about what color, how light the baby gonna come out and all that shit. The fuck are you talking about? No, we don't. Not all of us. Not all black people do that. That is being irresponsible with words. And that's why some people will be offended. Like me, I'm offended by that. Because all black people don't do that. All white people don't do that. Just say some black people do that. That's cool. You're right. Are you going to deny that? But I guarantee you, it's probably some of the black people you talk to don't even think about that. Truly don't. But these are the same people that try to pretend that color doesn't matter, though. But he says, well, they ain't. I guess they got the right to ask that because black people do it. They see color, so I guess the white people should be able to see color. Nobody said that they couldn't. But what we do know is that buck dancing coons like you and these racist ass white people always trying to throw in our faces that they don't see color. So what is it? Do you see color or you don't? First of all, I know you see color, but I'm asking the question to these stupid motherfuckers that sit in lying, talking about they don't see color. Oh, you don't see color when it matters to you. Oh, but you know, when somebody else said and it's against you, then I don't see color. No, I don't see race. No. Yeah, you do, bitch. We all see color. We all see race. We all see the color of people's skin. Stop pretending that it doesn't exist then. Stop pretending that I'm not like that. Yeah, you do. Listen, listen, whenever you hear a white person come out, it's their politician, just say that, right? They don't see color. You see color. They see color. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when they're out trying to get elected and trying to get donations and shit, they go to the black churches. They parade around black people, black conservatives, right? Why are you calling them black conservatives then? Why are you calling them that? How about they just conservative? Because you see color. Stop pretending that you don't see color. Everybody sees color. Should it matter all the time? No. But don't pretend that you don't see color. Or the color of the skin of a person. You do. You are biased. Everyone is biased when it comes to color. It's a wrong thing. Listen, it's wrong. We're not saying that is right. Hey, but the most insulting thing is somebody sitting there pretend that something don't exist when we all see it. That's insulting to me. Sick of these motherfuckers.
It's gonna be okay, but according to Meghan Markle, who allegedly is black, that's racism, right? She's faced so much of racism, okay, and sexism and discrimination and boo-hoo, right? Again, these people are so oppressed that they allegedly, reportedly, were upset and overwhelmed, right? Upset and overwhelmed by South Park making jokes about them, calling out their hypocrisy of claiming that they want privacy while continuously always seeking attention from the media. Okay, again, I'm just saying I'm glad that I'm not the only black person that sees through the
listen let me just say this to anybody. He has a point in a way, but that don't make what he's saying is good overall. He's a horrible person, but he got a point. I'm sick of people sitting out here pretending if you're going to put yourself in front of the camera and put this amongst the world, you got to be okay with taking the feedback. You got to be okay with that. You got to have thick skin. You got to learn how to at least learn how to deal with it. Everybody's not going to agree with you. It is hateful people out here. It is people that are jealous and hateful and haters. Come on. I don't want listen. That's why I don't like when everybody agrees with me. Like I don't have a whole bunch of people around me. Just everybody agree with everything I'm saying. But I like everybody's opinion about certain shit. But what I won't do is have conversations with people that I know that ain't opening their mind up to seeing other points of view. That's what I won't do. You intentionally being biased. So, okay, then it's nothing to talk about. Because I'm opening my mind up to hearing you and seeing you and listening to you. That is being fair, regardless if I agree with you or disagree with you at the end of the day.
The fake victimhood of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, okay, and the bogus allegations and claims of racism coming from Meghan Markle against the royal family. Okay, see, it's not racism. Again, people just see that Meghan Markle here is being a fake victim, right? And I think that Chris Rock pointing this out is hilarious to me because it literally is a direct contradiction to what this guy Ernest Owens was accusing Piers Morgan of doing, which is being racist towards Meghan Markle because he's white and he has criticisms of her, right? Again, black people don't all think the same. They don't all feel the same.
I think, listen, you saying that, but you do the same shit. See the hypocrisy? When some black people disagree with these black conservatives, we too woke. Or we being racist. When we call out racism, and we right, and we got the motherfucking documents to back it up. We being too woke. We the ones being racist. Listen, bro. Listen. Let me just say this on real talk. I do not get a kick out of calling anybody racist. That ain't no shit that I like to do. I don't like to say horrible shit or say what people are sometimes, the horrible language you would say, right? I don't like to do that. That ain't no shit I intentionally like to do. Because if that was the case, nigga, I'd be Charleston White out this bitch. I'd just be going viral all the time. If I was okay of doing that, but I'm not. I'd be Margie Taylor Greene out this bitch. Ted Cruz or them. I don't get a kick out of doing that. So when I say certain shit, I did my homework on it. I'm telling you, here it is. And if you think I'm lying about it, you go do your homework. You go Google it. If you think I'm lying, you ain't got to believe me right away. Hey, go do the homework. Go do the shit. I'm open to that. I never tell people you gotta believe me. No, gotta believe me. I want people to educate themselves. I want people to open their minds up and understand. People can say whatever the fuck they want to say a lot of the times, and it makes sense to you, but they could be lying. That's my whole purpose, people. I know I say real shit. I can back it up, and I know it, and I'm 100% about it. But I'm okay with you second guessing it. I'm okay with you saying, I don't know about that. Let me go look that up. I want you to do that. I don't want you to stop educating yourself, but these stupid people would. Because they say, you know what, I have an opinion. Opinion don't mean shit if you ain't telling the truth. Everybody got a motherfucking opinion. Sometimes two people could be right of an opinion, but they could disagree. But facts is facts. The truth is the truth. You don't get to manipulate that shit. I mean, and people do it. They try to manipulate the truth and facts. But that don't make it right. Let's move on.
And I think that's important to point out, right? That some black people can see through some of the race baiting nonsense that goes on in the media and some of the fake victimhood that comes from people like Meghan Markle, okay, who's allegedly black. I don't really know, but apparently, she's so oppressed. Okay, apparently her skin color became a big deal.
He's saying allegedly. Why are you saying allegedly? I think you should have did your homework to see if. Listen, I have never heard Meghan Markle just say she was just black. If I'm not mistaken, Meghan Markle always talk about she's a mixed race. I never heard her come out and say I'm black. I have never heard her do that. And he's talking about allegedly. Well, allegedly, there's certain shit you can say allegedly about. But talking about she allegedly supposed to be black. Listen, I would think you would do your homework before you come on here and talk about allegedly about some shit like that. She is part black. She's not fully black. She's part black. We get that. We understand it. But I have never heard Meghan Markle come out and say, I'm fully black. I never heard her do that. And I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at her for that. Because she is a mixed breed. She is not just fully black. She is part white, part European, nigga, however you want to look at it. Listen, she's a part European, she's a part black. Nigga, however you want to look at it. But I have never seen that. I have never heard or seen that woman come out and just say she black. I have never seen her do that. So for him to question if she black, you actually being disrespectful. Because number one, I have never heard her say that she's just black. And you're trying to question if she even have any black in her. That's how that comes off as. So as a black person, I'm insulted by your dumb black ass. But you don't care about that because you trying to clickbait. You trying to make that paper. You trying to make money off of black pain. You coward ass nigga. Anyway, let's move on.
A big deal. Once she got married into a white family, all of a sudden she's blackly black, right? Before, she was living her life as a white woman. So it seems. So I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Talking about what is it living her life as a white woman? What is that? Mind you, I didn't see Meghan Markle do interviews and always mention that her mom was black and she was part black. I never heard her deny her blackness or she part black. I never heard her do that. So she wasn't just rolling around like a white woman. I mean, what is a white woman rolling around? What is that? Living her life as a white woman. What do that even mean? It's sad when you have certain black folks that does this shit. It's sad. It's sad that we have certain black people that will continue to go out here and try to make a mockery of black people or people that are part black. Like, you ain't helping. If somebody's a fucking victim to something, they're a victim to something. You don't make fun of the fucking victim. Imagine Chris Rock's supposed to be a victim, right? But now he's out here victimizing other people that been a victim to some shit. How is that okay? The fucking hypocrisy and the hypocritical of these people mind boggles me. It's sad that we live in these times like this, but it doesn't shock me. Doesn't shock me at all. We're going to take a quick commercial break, people. We're going to be right back because I want to prove my point to you about Chris Rock. It's not going to be that long, but excuse me. I want to prove my point to y'all that Chris Rock has been sold us out. Chris Rock has been a sellout. Chris Rock have been buck dancing and cooning for a long ass time. He's been out of touch. And he's been a coward. So are we shocked that Will Smith, I don't give a fuck who it was. Anybody could have went up and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock and he would have accepted it. Let's take a quick commercial break, people. Shit ridiculous. We right back, people. Yeah, we be right back.
Chill. Chisel. Fresh out of prison with a new vision. Trauma. Cartel route. Hey yo, I sold drugs, got caught, jail time, been in brawls, drama with my peoples over the music, done it all, we ain't seeing eye to eye, only when it's time to ride, still I gotta watch the peoples I keep by my side, job is like a 9 to 5, even on the weekends, cause niggas that you beefing with always trying to get even, on my lane, let's get this right, I don't hate on you, you hate on me, reason why I'm 5 steps ahead of these niggas, 8 to 3, food stamps, Waverly, I was going amazingly, impatiently accepted whatever the system gave to me, giving what they pay to see. Had to take the stage down. Did the Blackout remix. Now take a look at their faces now. Tell them put their glasses on. Maybe try some bifocals. Just because I'm a 6-barrel rapper, homies. I'm not local. Let me show you. This show's N04. But it's hard to stack my cheese when you rats keep coming out your hole. Stacks.
I'm only half a man.
Thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate it. I could have been anywhere, but I'm here with y'all. Everyone is looking dapper tonight.
Since you've been gone.
Dog shit.
Back then I didn't have much, but I had a pre-rolled Dutch, quarter water for my packed lunch. Hayes had my mind gone, everything exciting. We used to travel on the train just to get to Dykeman. And even back then, a nigga had a love for writing. Hooks, bars, and punchlines with the force of Tyson. Why do I go through the things I go through? I know, dude, money is the motive, pain up in the Pro Tools. I always had the wave, ice water, boat crew. Savage introduced me to the game and how to cope. Let's get it. I wasn't half the man I am in the current present, transition to an adolescent. Loud up on my clothes, smell like effervescence. Used to cut class spin after they take attendance, brushing my waves until they spin while I'm on detention. Opposition couldn't measure up. At this point, I was that nigga they couldn't level up.
Yeah. You already know Jizzle, man. Shout out to my kids, man. Jalen and Justice, man. Daddy loves you. I told y'all I was gonna be here for the moment you open your eyes till I close mine. I keep my promise. You heard? Hey yo, 48 laws of power. Tell Chris to drop a Jew. Life is like a chess game. Niggas plotting, watch all your moves. We gotta live righteous or reckless, brothers. We got to choose. Either way, we can't be stopped. Game over, copy cool. Must have been the cartel name, God. They got confused. Let's elevate to the highest level. What we got to prove? Million streams coming soon. Now it's time to show and tell. Nigga made this beat for me. Bet your pink slippy nose be well. Shout out to the beat gang. Hold it up in Buffalo for us to blow. We need more bills than we can muscle, yo. L.I. number 7. 3 is for the letter E. Change it up so people can get a better understanding. Knowledge and equality. All being born to God. Rep your heart. Truth speaks for itself. In my repertoire, that's bizarre. Y'all could be the kings, yeah. The deck of cards. What we expect for you niggas is thinner than a Metro card. Now that's hard, nigga.
I'm only half a man. You know I'm only half a man. Baby, since you've been gone.
All right, people, welcome back to the OBF, the family channel. People, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit the bell button, so you guys get the live streams when we go live. People, be alert on the live streams. Make sure you guys, if you can, go to OBF the Real Cash App and donate to the channel. People, we highly appreciate anything that you can donate to the channel. People, we keep the lights on when y'all guys do that. We keep the promotion and everything going on like we supposed to. People, when you donate to the channel, it really helps out. let's get into this situation. I told you that I'm gonna confirm that Chris Rock has been sold us out a long time ago. And remember, I told y'all a long time ago, a while ago, about black people allowing white friends of theirs to use the N-word around them, right? That is okay. It's never okay, but it's okay if you allow that white person to say it amongst you, right? But to allow your white friends to say the word around you in front of others, I'm not just going to look at that white person a certain type of way. I'm going to look at that black person a certain type of way. That shit ain't cool. And why would you think that all black people will be okay with white people using the N-word around them? That lets you know that you're not connected to your people like you should. Listen, I have elders that they don't like cursing around them. You have to be respectful of that. I have elders that don't like you ever to call them the N-word or continue to use the N-word around them. You have to be respectful of that. And so when I look at it, you don't have no respect for yourself, but you only have respect for the other black people that surround you. So listen, listen, I'm never going to be okay with a black person using that word around me. And if you use, I'm not a black person, but if you're a white person, you ever use that word around me, regardless of what content or whatever content you're trying to put it or try to say how you're going to say it, it's never going to be okay. I'm going to check your ass right then and there, and we're going to have a problem. Because I don't give a fuck who you are. Listen, I'm at the point where I don't even like black people using the word around white people. That shit is supposed to be for us. Or like, I'm doing what I'm doing. I get it. But just to do that shit around white people like that, just, willy-nilly just saying that shit around white folks, I'm not comfortable around that type of shit. You know what I mean? I try not to use the word around white people at all. You know what I mean? So for Chris Rock to be okay with it, it's okay to say you the blackest white person I ever met. That's okay. It may be true. But you don't let them use the N-word. Like, you think being black is being a nigga? No. But anyway, let's move. Let's get into this shit, man. Listen, because I wanted to prove this point to everybody of how Chris Rock been sold us out. He been about that coonery shit. He been tap dancing and buck dancing and shit. He been doing it. Now, mind you, he's in front of comics that's supposed to be these goats, right? He the only black dude there. He's sitting there with 3 white comics that's supposed to be the goats. And he allowed one of the goats, right, the white goats, to sit there and use the N-word. One of the other ones is just laughing about it. And then the other one is very uncomfortable with it. He's uncomfortable with this whole shit. And he says it. You see it on his face. But let's get into it.
He's the blackest white guy I
Hold on, let's go back.
And then all white guy.
Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Hold on.
Kiss white guy.
And Chris Rock just joins in and laughs along with them without missing a beat. If you still haven't seen the clip, here's a snippet.
He's the blackest white guy I fucking know. And then all the negative things we think about black people. This fucker.
You're saying him.
Yes, you are the niggas fucking white man.
Mind you, he never said, listen, you got to understand what happened here. Chris Rock says, you're the blackest white person I know, right? He didn't say you the the most niggerish white person I ever met. I know. So in that white guy's mind, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember his name. He the one, Luce CK. I think he's the one that with the whole sexual assault shit. He was out there showing his dick off and nothing in front of people. He was that motherfucker, right? So, mind you, Chris Rock never said nigga. He said the most blackest white person I ever seen. One of the most blackest white people I've ever been around. I have said that shit before, but that don't mean you a nigga. Like, nobody said nothing about a nigga. Like, listen, all black people don't look at themselves as niggas. Chris Rock thought that was okay. And then nobody asked him to say the word. He just come out and say, well, you mean the most niggas? I'm one of the most nigga as black a white person you ever seen. Nobody asked him to say it, but he said he was comfortable because Chris Rock made it comfortable. Because Chris Rock has been selling out black people for a long fucking time. He's been a coward. He's been a pussy ass dude. Let's go back a little bit.
It's a snippet.
He's the blackest white guy I fucking know. And then all the negative things we think about black people. This fucker.
You're saying
He said the most negative things about black people, that's who he is. You got to understand how he sees his people. He has no respect for his own people. He looks down on his people that does bad. Like, and everybody that does some shit that everybody else doesn't do. Right? Like, I done ran into some ghetto ass, like I don't like to be around a whole bunch of ghetto ass black people. I don't, like, honestly, my honest opinion. I'm more comfortable around them, but you don't want that shit around you all the time. People just on some hood shit all the time. Like, you don't want to be around that shit all the time. I get that, but I don't hate them. I don't truly dislike them. I just have a problem with their tactics, how they speak and how they do certain shit at certain times. Certain times is good for, like, we're amongst each other, that's cool. But, you know, when we outside of ourselves, like when we around others, then I got a problem how we act amongst each other. It's not no faking shit or nothing like that. It's just certain shit is just for us. I don't want everybody to be a part of that. That's how I look at it. But even, you know, he was just saying, like, the most ratchet shit about black people. That white man is that. What? Actually, those ratchet people that you're talking about is better than him, because he was okay with using the N-word around you on a national platform. This shit is not like it wasn't on TV. It was on TV. He thought it was okay. Chris Rock thought this shit was okay. What up, 7-9? But, like, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, it's certain conversations that black people can have with each other. But it's certain shit when we got company, nigga. Hey, we ain't having these conversations. We not talking about that. First of all, you white people or whoever race it is, you cannot be coming in here saying the shit that we say. Sorry. You may not like it. You may like that's kind of privilege. You call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it's not accepted. Just like I can't be accepted going into other communities and y'all can say certain shit that y'all say amongst y'all race and shit like that. I can't do that, and I wouldn't want to do that. So black people are telling you, a lot of us, other than this Chris Rock clown ass dude, we ain't okay with that shit. You're going to respect our culture. You don't get to come in here because you feel a little comfortable and say whatever the fuck you want to say. We will run your ass up out of here. And anybody that allow you that's black, that allow that to be in our presence, we running you the fuck up out of here. Because you know better. And mind you, he allows this because he's a bitch ass nigga. He's a bitch ass motherfucker. He still feel victimized from being bullied. I got bullied too when I was a kid. I don't feel no victim, nigga. I don't feel like a fucking victim. Bully happened. It happened, nigga. Okay, cool. It ain't all good. I don't condone bullying and none of that shit. I fight against bullies. I get that. But nigga, I don't play victim. I got bullied. It is what it is. I got punked. That's how we call it. You got punked. Okay. But when I got enough courage to fight back, I fought back, and I still, to this day, still continue to fight back. Nigga, I don't feel, I'm not no victim, and I don't let nobody come around and punk me. That's what a victim is. Somebody that will continue to allow somebody to punk them, to continue to do the shit over and over again, to violate them. That is what a victim is. Or planned victim. And Chris Rock plays victim. Fuck this nigga. Like that, man, he laughing, grinning. Yeah. You're right. Sit your pussy at. Woo. Let's move on.
Yes, you are the nickest fucking white man I have ever.
Amazing. I don't think he could do that. I don't think he has.
Mind you, Jerry Seinfeld, one of the biggest white comedians of all time, a GOAT. He's telling these motherfuckers, telling Chris Rock, looking straight at him in the face, I don't think he should be able to say that. That's not right. No. The white man has to tell you that this shit ain't right. The white man. This ain't right. No, Chris, no. I don't think he should be able to say that. And he dead serious. He's not laughing. He's not, everybody laughing. Except for Jerry Seinfeld. The white man. He's not laughing. He's uncomfortable. What the fuck? No. I don't think this is right. I don't think he should be able to say that. Jerry Seinfeld is saying this. Chris Rock think it's funny. Wow. So now y'all understand, I don't give a fuck about Chris Rock. I'm not condoning what Will Smith did by smacking him, but fuck that motherfucker. He's been a coward. He let that man smack him. He let this white man sit there and use the N-word around him and says nothing. Actually, he laughs. It's a joke. But he get out here, want to criticize other black people. Meghan Markle, what the fuck she do to you, Chris? You tell her she over-exaggerate racism, but you sit right there and let a man be racist in front of you. Coward. You are a coward. Chris Rock, and nigga, and I'm gonna say this. Listen, if your brothers got offended by what I'm saying, well then fuck them too. And I actually like Tony Rock, but fuck him too. Your brother is a coward. You don't get to go at Meghan Markle for speaking out against racism, and you mad at her? Oh, that's not real racism. But real racism happened to you in front of your face, and you did nothing. You laughed about it, pussy. You said that fucking Jerry Seinfeld was more upset than you were, a white man. A white man was more upset than you. But you mad at Meghan Markle. That ain't real racism. Oh, black people do it too. What the fuck do that matters? Some black people do it. Get your words right. Use your vowels. You're a very intelligent man, Chris Rock, right? Use your motherfucking words right, bitch nigga. Some black people do that. Not all. Not black people. Some black people. Excuse me. You gotta be angry about this. Take the gloves off with this fucking pussy. You a pussy ass dude. You turning into like first of all, ain't nobody even taking you that serious. You're a tough guy like that. So when nobody looking at you as a bully, but you using your bully pulpit to be a fucking bully. You want to call out everybody else, but nigga, you are sitting there being disrespected, but you mad Will Smith smacked you. Oh, he smacked you. What you do about it? Nothing. You did nothing. Nigga, I ain't say you had to put your hands on him. All I'm saying, do something. And all you did was for a whole year go around the country and work on material, and then you come up with this lame ass special. Nigga, you should have charged that motherfucker. Call the police on him, get him charged. Hey, how about you sue him? How about you do that? You did nothing. You didn't do a goddamn thing. But you mad at Meghan Markle for calling out racism when she went through it, but you questioning her. You sat there and got disrespected by a racist. Because if he thinks that it's okay, and a motherfucking sexual predator. Louis C.K., that's what he is. He admitted it. I pulled my dick out in front of people and nothing in front of them. Who does that? Thinking it's okay. You do that shit in front of me, we fighting. I don't know who the fuck was around him. Ain't enough money in the world, nigga. Put your dick back in your pants. Fuck wrong with you? Hey, man, don't do that shit. I probably listen, man. Woo. We're amongst the pussy. We're amongst the bitch ass motherfuckers. Fuck Chris Rock. You're a sellout, and you've been a sellout. You've been a sellout for a long time, and I don't give a fuck about his family. Get mad, get glad lot. You raised a pussy ass nigga. He's a pussy. But now he want to play victim, but at the same time, try to act like he tough. Man, sit your bitch ass down. You let that man smack you. A part of me, I don't condone violence, but a part of me, I'm kind of okay with Will smacking him now. I'm okay with it. You a bitch ass nigga like that, you supposed to get smacked for just being a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. You let that white man call you a nigga. Oh, you thought I forgot? Oh, I'm a nigga. No, you didn't even bring up the N-word. He brung it up. He said it. Oh, so I'm a nigga, huh? I'm like a nigga too, huh? Yeah. Mind you, this would be the same white people talking about, I'm not racist, though. Well, why you thought it was okay to use the word, though?
There's only two. I mean, no, you don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him. Like, I've worked with him.
Not like your bit about.
I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We say you're on stage.
On stage.
He said I wouldn't use it anywhere. You are using it. So how you wouldn't use it anywhere? You're using it. And then Chris Rock, he says, you know what? You don't know him like I know him, though. What the fuck do that matters? You got a white man uncomfortable with you allowing him to use the word. Man, get Chris Rock the fuck up out of here. Fuck him. Listen, people, I don't condone violence, but I ain't mad at Will no more. Will's supposed to smack them. Supposed to smack them for this bullshit. Listen, I'm okay with Will smacking the shit out of him just for this shit that we listening to right now. I'm okay with it. He deserved to be smacked like the bitch ass motherfucker he is. But you don't know him like I knew him. What the fuck that matters? Even the white people, the white man to tell you, listen, that ain't cool. The white man is trying to tell Chris Rock, this shit ain't cool what you allowing him to say. Chris Rock, well, you don't know him like that, like I knew him. The fuck do that means? So if a black person was damn ready to fuck both of y'all up, then you gonna say that to them? But fuck how much you know him. I'm telling you, this shit is out of pocket. Because nobody said anything about the N-word until he used the word, and then you was like okay with it. Then you start using the word. You was using black, not nigger. Until he used it. You're a coward. Chris Rock, you a coward. And you always been a coward. And you ain't been about our people. You've been making a mockery of our people. You've been making money off our people, off our pain. You've been doing it for years now. I don't look at you the same, bro. The fuck out of here.
You guys don't. That's a
That's
in
the
two
difference.
teams
That's the
here.
difference between
That's right. That's right.
We
say
can pair
nigger on
up in
stage, you
different
guys
ways,
don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Now listen, now the other white dude, he comfortable now. Who says nigger on the stage? Now the other dude saying it. The other white dude saying it. Because you know why? Because Chris Rock made it comfortable for those white racists to say what they saying. He says, who uses it on stage? Jerry Seinfeld say, but now you using it. The one white man that got a problem with it didn't laugh and still like, what the fuck is going on? Listen, you may not even think Larry Steinfeld is that funny, but I respect Seinfeld. He doesn't play around with that shit. It ain't because he's scared. He has respect. He know this shit is wrong. Chris Rock doesn't. The two other white dudes don't. They don't get it. They nigger. Who used the nigger word? Seinfeld like, well, you just used the word. What are you talking about? I don't say it on stage. I don't. Who think that? Well, you're just using it. Because now he's comfortable now using it because Chris Rock allowed CK to use the word.
say in private.
No.
These two guys don't. I don't believe he says it in private.
I'm giving it up just because it's played.
I don't believe it's. I don't think you've ever said it probably in your life.
No.
No. Yeah, that's it. That's the huge difference between you and me, I think.
Well, you found the humor of it.
Yeah.
I haven't found it.
Right.
Nor do I seek it.
Right. Listen, it ain't no humor about it. And I think Jerry Seinfeld so uncomfortable. Now he's just trying to bring shit and rail it in. By him saying, well, you find the humor in it. Ain't no humor in it when white people use it. There's no humor in it. Anytime if you say nigga or nigger, it comes out of your mouth. White people don't sound good saying it. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. You can try to have a black slang all you want. It just doesn't sound right. There's nothing okay about it. I want all my white friends, all white people, understand. You say that word, you're fucking racist to me. Sorry. You just is. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I only said, when I listen to rap, I don't care. You say it behind closed doors for all the fuck I care. Listen, people, let me just explain something to you about not using certain words, right? That I had to learn of not saying. I don't say the F word no more. Regardless of whatever I'm talking, I don't say it no more. Because I know it offends gay people. Sometimes it be close. I'll be trying to slip out sometimes. But I catch myself. Because it's normal for me to say. Like, I understand some white people, it's normal for them to say. But my normal of what I'm trying to say is not to hurt them to say, like, our shit is you soft. When I use the F word, or I used to use it, is they soft, right? But that's why I call them bitch ass motherfuckers. I ain't got to use the F word no more. You just a bitch ass motherfucker. You a pussy. I ain't got to call you the F word no more. I find different words to use. Okay, now I don't use the F word like that no more. And I'm not talking about fuck. Y'all know the word I'm talking about. But I don't use the F word like that because some fact I know the gay community is offended by that. Because I respect them. Regardless if I don't agree with everything what they about or what they do, but I respect them. That's one of the words. So I don't use the fucking word. And it took me years to like willing that shit in, catching myself trying to use it. And I wasn't using it to be on a homophobic shit, but that's just a word I just would use. But it offends them. Even though I ain't meaning it that way, it doesn't matter. It matters how they take it. I sit down with enough gay people to understand that. I don't have to sit there and justify me saying it or why I should continue to say it. My intentions is not to hurt people. So I don't give a fuck how white people use the word or what situation it is. You use the word to me, you're a racist. It just is what it is. That ain't wokeness. That is just being respectful to others. And if you can't respect me, then fuck you. That means if you don't respect me and telling you don't use the fucking word, then that means you're a fucking racist to me. You don't respect me. Plain and simple.
Seek it.
So, as you can see, Chris Rock calls Louis the blackest white guy he knows, and Louis...
Let's leave that there. And that was my point I wanted to put out. I told you, he been selling us out. He been on that fuck shit. Chris Rock been a sellout. He been okay with people, these racist white people disrespecting us. Listen, he comes up in the era too. You gotta remember, he comes up in the era where it was okay for white people to disrespect him. right? It was okay for that. And then at the same time, he comes from being raised a certain type of way where he been a bitch ass motherfucker all his life. He been a bitch. Chris Rock been a punk. So are we shocked that he's okay with this racist ass motherfucker to say the N-word around him? Are we shocked? Should we be shocked? No. Because Chris Rock been a bitch. He been a pussy. Think about it. Cat Williams is probably like 5'5" or some shit. Right? Cat Williams like 5'5". You think Will Smith could just rolled up and just smack the shit out of motherfucking Cat Williams like that? No. It would have been, it got real. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about Cat, but Will wouldn't just went up and just smacked him and nothing happened after that. Now you can call it a little man syndrome. You call it whatever you want. Make fun of it all you want. But I guarantee you ain't just going to roll up on Cat Williams and smack him with him not going to do nothing. Listen, you can even think about Dave Chappelle to a certain extent. I don't got Will Smith running up on Dave Chappelle like that and smack him. That's not going to happen. I mean, you can smack him, but he not going to be like okay with that. Like he ain't going to do nothing about it. It's going to be a fight, bro. Chris Rock has been a bitch. He been a pussy. Listen, bro, he got kids. His kids gonna watch that shit over and over again, see how they daddy is a bitch. His kids, if I'm his kids, I wouldn't respect them. I wouldn't respect his ass. You let a motherfucker just, you ain't sue, you ain't do nothing. I know you made a couple of hours off of the shit, but come on, bro. You could have got way more money than you just got. You'd at least sued them. Fuck out of here. You could have sued them and still made more money by going around the country, coming up with this material in a special. You could have still made way more money. You got to get something out of it. There should be some type of consequences for what Will Smith did. He did nothing. Anyway. All right, people. We're going to get on out of here, man. Fuck this nigga, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, listen, I don't condone what Will Smith did to him, but at the same motherfucking time, I don't really care no more at this point. Chris Rock is out of pocket. He out of pocket for this. This ain't nothing what he did was funny. Nothing what he did was funny. Listen, and I haven't watched the whole special, but I'm going to watch it because I want to see, everything or what he's saying. But this little clips and shit I showed you, this shit I seen on YouTube on the internet. But I'll watch the whole thing and I may talk about it again, but maybe I won't because it's irrelevant to me. Just a little shit that I seen, it may not even change my mind. I'm gonna open my mind up when I watch it, but it may not change my mind. I just think that the dude is a coward. He's just a pussy. And pussy motherfuckers do this shit. You get victimized and you don't do nothing about it, but then you want everybody to ride with you because you allowed another man to smack you. I don't give a fuck. Listen, words matter just as much as physical shit matter. Somebody physically put some hands on you, yeah, it's embarrassing, but motherfuckers sitting there verbally trying to humiliate you and shit like that, that words matter. Words can humiliate people too. That's why people speak. That's why people always talk about my opinion. This is my opinion, my opinion. Words matter. Just as physical shit. That's why you're supposed to watch your mouth when you say certain shit. That's why you don't supposed to be going out of your way to put hands on people because you get upset. You got to balance that shit. Now, people going to be like, well, Kenny, what you saying? You done said some fuck shit about Chris Rock. I mean it. I stand on it. I said to his face. I ain't taking back anything I said. He's a goddamn coward. It just is what it is. He a pussy ass dude. He ain't never been. Listen, you don't gotta be the toughest dude in the world. You don't gotta be the dude that'll go out here and kill nobody. I'm not saying that. It's certain shit you don't allow another person to do to you. You just don't allow it. I'm gonna get smacked in front of my kids in the world and don't do nothing. You did nothing. Listen, I can't look at Chris Rock the same, just like I don't look at Terry Crews the same. You don't let no another man come up and grab you by your dick and you do nothing. But then you wait years later to speak about it. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. These dudes, get the fuck out of here. And then remember he was threatening Terry Crews was threatening D.L. Hughley because D.L. Hughley was making fun of him. But like D.L. Hughley said, he said, oh, you threatened me. You want to do something to me when you didn't do nothing about that dude. And mind you, Chris Rock and Terry Crews, all their excuse was, we was in front of white people, so I didn't want. They basically said I didn't want to lose my money. You'll rather keep that money, but lose your manhood. A person to violate you. You willing to be violated for money? Because that's all basically what both of them said. I don't give a fuck how you violate me. I don't give a fuck how the public may look at me. You violate me? Somebody smack me? Somebody go up and grab my dick? You violate me? Hey, man, if I whip your ass or not, listen, I don't give a fuck how that looks. Oh, black people this. First of all, I don't give a fuck if the person was white or black. I don't give a fuck who you were. Listen, maybe if it was a woman, it may be different. But I'm most likely listen, first of all, if it was a woman that rolled up on me and grabbed my dick and my wife was there, my wife was gonna beat the shit out of her. So, like, I ain't even worried about that. There ain't no shit I'm thinking about even try to whip her ass or not. I know my wife gonna whip her ass. So I ain't even tripping off of that. But just say a woman did do that. My reaction may be, hey, what the fuck is you doing? Hey, don't do that. Fuck wrong with you. I might push her ass away or something. But call all types of bitches and you fuck wrong with you. I may do that. But at least I did something. But it's a woman, so it's different. But another man come up to me and grab my dick or smack the shit out of me. Oh, all right, cool. Fair game now. You're a man. It's fair game. So whatever I do after what you did to me, well, however it goes that way. That's just real talk. That ain't got nothing to do with being gangster. That ain't got nothing to do with being a tough guy and all that other shit. Or be a motherfucker bigger than me, or I'm smaller than the motherfucker, or a motherfucker smaller than me or bigger than me. It doesn't matter. You do that shit to me, you getting fucked up. We fighting. And that's how that goes. You ain't just gonna violate me like that. And that's what that man allowed to happen to him. Him and Terry Crews. So fuck both of them motherfucking cowards. They are cowards. Let's get on out of here, man. Leave y'all comments. Hit that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Make sure you guys subscribe to the OBF family channel as well, people. Listen, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you can, people donate to the channel, go to OBF, the real Cash App is down there strolling at the bottom, and donate whatever you can donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.
Kanaya. Boo boo. Kanaya. Pay your daddy some attention. Hey. That's our little seating area, people. Sitting with a little friend. What's that little girl name?
Poppy.
Yeah, Poppy. Sitting with Poppy, people. Really? You're just gonna roll off like that?
You gonna sit down in your chair?
She don't like the camera, people.